Epoxy lining is a preferred alternative to repiping. You see, with repiping, all the plumbing has to be removed and replaced. This time-consuming process requires crews to cut out large sections of walls, ceilings, and floors. It creates a considerable mess, and it places a tremendous burden on the tenants who often have to move out during the job. But with the CuraFlo system, we minimize the inconvenience. Instead of replacing the pipe, we restore it by blowing an odorless, tasteless, and completely safe epoxy through the pipe. This epoxy fully coats the interior surface to create a seamless, permanent, protective barrier. A barrier that will last longer than the original pipe, 40 to 60 years on average. Here's how we do it. First, our crews access the potable water risers by cutting a small hole into the ceiling. You'll notice that major demolition is not necessary, as we only need a compact area in which to work. Our next step is to isolate the riser by installing temporary valves where the risers branch off the horizontal mains. This allows us to work on one section of pipe at a time and allows tenants in other areas of the building to continue to receive water. Once the water is shut off and the riser is isolated, we then begin our restoration work. Starting on the top floor, our crew must first dry out the pipes. This is accomplished by blowing treated pressurized air through the pipes. Both the hot and cold water pipes, as well as hot recirculation pipes, are each dried individually. Once this step is complete, the pipes are then sandblasted to remove all mineral deposits and sediment. When the pipes are thoroughly dried and cleaned, we then begin the process of applying the epoxy. Using detailed specifications and computer calculations, our crew determines the precise amount of epoxy required. The epoxy is then blown through the pipe and left to cure, which takes about 5 hours. The CuraFlo 3-step process of drying, sandblasting, and applying the epoxy is repeated on each riser. When the epoxy is applied to all pipes off that riser, the fixture shutoff valves and the isolating valves are reattached to the water main and water service is resumed. It's also important to mention that in severe cases where there is a major pipe failure within the building, a combination of repiping and epoxy lining might be necessary. And with a thorough plumbing evaluation, we can help you decide what the best, most cost-effective solution is for you. To learn more about the process and how CuraFlo might help you, talk to your CuraFlo representative. They'll be glad to help.